There's probably no planet in our solar system that is more controversial than Mars. The red planet has generated all sorts of scholarly debate over the decades, indeed all the way back to the 19th century when Percival Lowell claimed to have spotted canals covering the surface of the red planet. And ever since then, people have seen things on the Martian surface that seem to indicate some sort of intelligent life in its distant past. However, the closer we look, the more complicated these alleged sightings become. From the face on Mars, which looked so compelling in the 1970s photographs taken by the Viking orbiter, but as we looked closer and closer, it became less and less artificial looking, but still a source of debate up to this day. One thing that we do know is that Mars was definitely capable of supporting life, and probably for a long enough time period for intelligent life to have evolved in its distant past. And although it took many hundreds of millions of years for life on Earth to make the leap from single-celled organisms to something more complicated, once that leap was made, it took approximately 300 million years to go from multicellular organisms to the early dinosaurs of the Triassic period. That being the case, then, if the leap had happened a bit earlier on Mars, assuming, of course, that bacteria were alive there as well, it's very possible that intelligent life could have evolved hundreds of millions of years ago when there was still water on the surface of the red planet. But even though all of this is theoretically possible, what have the reconnaissance satellites that have been orbiting the red planet for decades now, keeping it under close observation, actually told us? Is there something really compelling, something that is very difficult to dismiss as being some sort of natural formation that just looks artificial? Well, recently, sharp-eyed observers found a piece of evidence in the Mars Reconnaissance Orbiter photographs that seem very compelling indeed. But is it really an alien ruin? Do we finally have proof of this? Elon Musk seems to think that there's something interesting about this formation, but does that mean that it's actually a relic of an ancient civilization? Now, before we take a close look at this image, I'd also like to talk about something called the Sidonian hypothesis, just to give us a good piece of background as to what the advocates of the idea of an advanced civilization, or an intelligent civilization anyway, having once formed on Mars, think about this whole situation. And I'm taking this from a paper entitled The Sidonian Hypothesis in the Context of New Mars Data. So we'll just dive right into this. Quote, in a previous article, the Sidonian hypothesis was proposed, where it was hypothesized that what appeared to be strange landforms seen in orbital Mars Viking imagery were in fact eroded archaeology from an extinct Stone Age or early Bronze Age humanoid culture indigenous to Mars. It was the simplest hypothesis that could be formed for the interpretation of the objects as artifacts based on the data then available. Based on estimates of the ages of the terrain where these objects were found on Mars, approximately 500 million years old, such a hypothetical humanoid culture was considered to be a completely independent biological development of our own culture here on Earth, which of course would have to be the case. If it's 500 million years ago, it's a culture that developed far before the first dinosaurs evolved here on Earth. This culture, termed the Sidonians, was hypothesized to have developed and existed in a past period of Earth-like conditions on Mars. Analysis of new imagery from recent probes obtained at Cydonia Mensa and Galaxias Chaos strongly supports the original Sidonian hypothesis, again, according to the author of this paper. Given the apparent catastrophic climate change on Mars from its past Earth-like state and Fermi's paradox reflects the unexpected silence of the cosmic neighborhood. It is recommended that a human Mars mission to these two sites be mounted immediately by the International Space Station Consortium to gain knowledge of this Sidonian culture and the reasons for its demise. So I think it's pretty clear that J.E. Brandenburg, the author of this paper, believes that there is clear evidence of an ancient culture on Mars. But does the evidence support this hypothesis? Well, the image that's created perhaps the most amount of controversy over the decades has been the so-called face on Mars. Looked very compelling in the Viking imagery, but the Mars Global Surveyor and the Mars Express Orbiter have also photographed this location, and again, it generates a lot of controversy. It really, as near as I can tell, people see what they want to see in this image. But if you have a look at a 3D animation of this feature, it begins to look a lot less artificial and a lot more like a strangely shaped bluff with eroded hills that create the illusion of a mouth, a nose, a chin, eyebrows, etc. I really don't see a human face in this image or something that was sculpted, to say nothing of how much effort it would have taken to sculpt something this enormous. Keep in mind that this feature is 3.6 kilometers on a side, an absolutely monumental task even for the ancient Egyptians, let alone a Bronze Age culture on another planet. However, that being said, a Bronze Age culture on Mars would only be fighting against 1/3 gravity, perhaps making a monstrous task like this a little bit easier. But once again, I'm not seeing anything artificial in this image. Again, however, it needs to be said that this animation is based on the data that we have at our disposal, which is only a resolution of 4.3 meters per pixel. So as far as discerning fine detail at ground level is concerned, this image leaves a lot to be desired. But one thing I still find to be compelling about this, or unusual, is the fact that this bluff happens to be so amazingly symmetrical. Again, there's definitely precedent for those sorts of natural features to exist here on Earth, but interesting indeed. And by the way, here's another symmetrical feature that's located in a different region of Mars, the so-called Galaxious Chaos region that J.E. Brandenburg in his paper claims is further evidence of an ancient civilization on Mars, another face on Mars, if you will. But once again, I'm not seeing it. I see symmetry, definitely, but not the kind of symmetry that can't be created by nature. And then, of course, what we're looking at right now, the so-called Sidonian pyramids, a 5-sided pyramid that, once again, is only 5-sided if we draw additional conclusions from the imagery, because the actual image isn't a 5-sided pyramid, but rather perhaps a partially covered or destroyed 5-sided pyramid that may have appeared quite different in the ancient past. But again, we're drawing some rather far-fetched conclusions, in my opinion, from the imagery, not solid evidence. Now, the reason, by the way, that I hold all of this up to a higher standard than I do UFO footage, for example, is because UFO footage has first-hand witnesses who are reporting anomalous behavior on the part of objects that are flying through our atmosphere, objects that are flying without any visible means of propulsion, without any noise, without any of the features that human-made aircraft seem to display, therefore are more difficult to explain away as being natural phenomena or human-made craft, whereas ruins on the surface of a planet that can't move and won't display anomalous behavior, well, those are going to be held to more exacting levels as far as proof is concerned. But let's finally get to this new image, this new square on Mars, as it's being called. I mean, this looks Very compelling indeed. This is extremely geometrical to a level that nature simply can't create. Isn't this taking things to a new level as far as proof is concerned? Well, not exactly, because this photo has been doctored. It's been enhanced, so to speak. Now, I'm not saying that this has been done on purpose, but it's very similar to that five-sided pyramid image. We are drawing conclusions from the overall outline of the structure without actually seeing this geometrical shape in the image. Let's have a look at the original image and you'll see what I mean. The source image was captured by the Mars Orbiter camera on the Mars Global Surveyor somewhere in the vicinity of 28 degrees north, 27.5 degrees east, inside the rim wall of an unnamed crater north and west of the Cassini crater in the Arabia Terra region. Far, far away, by the way, from these other features that some folks claim show some sort of artificial structure. A quick review of the high-rise imagery shows that the spot's not been hit with a higher resolution instrument, so we already don't have high-resolution data here, but rather low-resolution imagery that can sometimes be misleading. Now, as far as the doctored image is concerned, it looks like that someone, probably in good faith but still misguided, used a brightness and contrast filter to illustrate the rectangle they thought they were perceiving. Note that the right angle from the white regions at the top and the dark regions at the bottom are animating this discussion. It usually works that way on Earth too. When we find new or lost archaeological sites, it's the straight lines and right angles that give it away. However, these things happen in nature too. The difference is that on Earth, we're imaging a hard body feature that's human-made and at a human scale of half a meter per pixel or so, and so enough of them add up to being a line. In this case, the source image is about 3 kilometers across with 6 meter pixels, and so the rectangle is only really anchored by the shadowy cliffs at the southwest area of the capture. Those kinds of naturally occurring cliffs aren't uncommon on Mars or Earth for that matter, and in isolation are suggestive of nothing other than normal geology. And also consider that the image is in black and white, but does not capture elevation at all. Correlating with the data that we know about this area, the southwest corner of this feature is about 150 meters higher in elevation than the northeast corner, and most of it is sloping downhill from the collection of broken ridges in the southwest. And by the way, if you zoom in on the southwest wall, you see something that doesn't look very artificial at all. You see what appeared to have been a straight line in the original image become far more curved and sinuous, and also looks a lot more like a bluff of some kind rather than a wall section as it appeared to be in the original photograph. Now, am I saying that all of this is nonsense then? Am I saying that we've just been imagining these things for the last several decades, ever since Viking and Mariner took these first tantalizing photographs, and the rest of it is all in our heads? Well, no, I'm not saying that at all. For one thing, we know almost definitively now at this point that there is life of some kind on Mars. And if you're interested in all the proof behind that, I have a video linked at the end of this one. There's almost certainly at least bacterial life on Mars right now, and there's probably even more advanced life in Mars' distant past. Does that mean intelligent life? Well, in my opinion, probably not. However, there is one additional very strange, very bizarre, and very spooky detail about Mars that continues to confound experts to this day. There is a strange level of uranium and thorium distributed through the regolith across the entire surface of the planet, at least the areas where we have sampled the regolith thus far. That makes no sense whatsoever. The only thing that should have created that kind of concentration of radioactive elements would have been some sort of thermonuclear event in Mars' distant past. And incidentally, we found no evidence of this type of material in any of the Martian meteorites that have been recovered here on Earth, meaning that whatever distributed all of this radioactive material on Mars must have happened a lot more recently. Was there a far more advanced civilization on the red planet that annihilated itself in a thermonuclear apocalypse? Or perhaps did some sort of advanced spacecraft with a powerful nuclear reactor crash on the planet, creating a nuclear disaster that wiped out all but the simplest life forms on the surface of Mars? Well, this whole thing is the subject of hot debate these days between astronomers and other scientists who have been analyzing this data, and it isn't entirely clear that these radioactive materials actually exist in the Martian regolith, although, once again, the data seems to indicate that that is the case. Once again, creating a very compelling reason to fund and implement a Mars sample return mission before we send humans into what might have been a radioactive war zone. Thank you very much for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and also please consider supporting this channel on Patreon, because during this coming week I'm going to be releasing an exclusive video for Patreon supporters about the history of Project Blue Book and some of the most amazing UFO cases in history, many of which have been lost in the mists of time. Stay tuned for the next Alien Month installment, and until then, stay angry about space.